Games can make us feel like no other medium. They can offer catharsis and evoke empathy. A good game can give us relief from our burdens, and no burden weighs as heavy on the heart as loneliness. It is a feeling we all must go through at some point in our life, but how could a computer program ever capture it? With the right writers, artists, and designers, I am certain that a good game can do anything. The town of Silent Hill does not welcome you. Behind the mountains and the lakes lay no person without a burden. The rundown buildings echo with silence. Everything from hospitals to streets to the hotels, they're empty, not waiting for guests. For now. The deeper you wander into this dark world, the more you realize it never leaves you. Like a childhood vacation that has distorted to a melancholic memory, James, the main character in the game, is alone. He came to this town looking for his wife, as he had just received a letter from her. She is waiting for him at their special place. Only problem, she's been dead for years, and James does not know exactly where to go. That letter is a starting gun. James just cannot leave the past behind. The dark winding path begins. That will leave James and the player in the end changed. The topics and the themes in the game are shocking. They are swaying the line of being edgy with great grace. Grace which very few pieces of art have ever been able to have when talking about this type of content. The story made me extremely uncomfortable, and it tied into reality. James could be any one of us. Silent Hill 2 is for games what Mulholland Drive is to movies. Not only because the game's art director Masahiro Ito was greatly inspired by movie director legend David Lynch's work. Both are often misunderstood masterpieces that carry the viewer through truly troublesome images and thoughts. And Silent Hill is not just a scary game, it shook me, even when I tried to push the feelings aside to analyze it. And without spoiling much, the world is against our protagonist as much as the protagonist is against the world. The game's design is wonderful. Its genius lies in the complete lack of regard for the player's expectations, which to some might feel lazy, but I promise it isn't so. Shooting is inconsistent. Movement is restricting. The characters talk English like aliens. And you can tell by the general complexities of the game's translation, it isn't an accident.
Your voice, just your hair and clothes are different.
My name is Maria. I don't look like a ghost, do I? See? Feel how warm I am?
You're really not Mary.
It has been made clear that the world does not care about you. It despises you. The music is off-putting and haunting, and at times clashing with the screen action, battling for your attention. A normal room might have ambient noise music more terrifying than anything you've ever heard. A more terrifying room than anything you've ever seen might have nothing more than TV static. The background music and ambience is simply out of this world. But of course the game is like this. It could not be any other way, still being the same experience. Every small thing puts you in James's position. You feel his panic, his thoughts. You can only imagine the music of the game plays inside his head. And it can be felt. Apart from that, items can be scarce if you don't use them well, and guns, they can't be relied upon. Rather, I found myself running past these beautiful maps, knowing I can't stay for the view. Monsters were on my tail, as always. To me, without speaking of the plot, James was dead to the world. The town of Silent Hill felt like a nostalgic dream for him. It shines through to the player as well. The game is almost a spiritual experience, lonely but warm, scary but encouraging. And all of this is to try to put into words what I feel playing this game, but I think I failed. It is just a program as much as any other, but it feels larger than life. The winter started in the desolate north. The snow came, the light left, but spring never came back. The long dark permanently occupies a place in my mind. With it a fear. What if the winter never ends? Where I live, in the relative north, this feeling undoubtedly enters your mind. The cold drives off most people in the towns. It digs into your face and hands. What's worse is the darkness. Living in a constant state of hurrying against the time, against the sun. It wears on you. You wake up early, it's dark. You get home from work, it's dark again. Every day can feel like fighting the winter. In this headspace, it feels somewhat comforting to play the long dark. You're completely alone in this game. The bliss of that is like no other. It feels like a warm blanket. The music, the soundscapes allow you to stop thinking about the musts and what ifs. They become this holistic sense of now. The game is an experience, even if you really are just walking from point A to point B. What helps to sell the fantasy further are the spaces in the game, which are like liminal spaces, eerie, and it is captivating. The world is filled with abandoned settlements and fragments of the past, bodies of those succumbed to the cold, notes written by them, lonely cottages and shops, fishing huts, vacation homes, cars and old rusty tools. Looting and exploring rarely feels unrewarding. There are remnants and small bits of stuff all over. It, however, is not a walk in the park. There could be threats and danger around any corner. All predator animals know that they are now at the apex. This assures that you do not belong outside, but you have to go nonetheless. And do not misunderstand, the animals are just obstacles. The winter is the real enemy. The supplies are scarce, and you are forced to go out and take risks to find whatever you need. A safe situation can change very fast. You might be walking to collect firewood, and the next thing you know, a massive snowstorm rolls around. You cannot see a thing. Your character starts freezing. Your eyes start closing as the exhaustion kicks in. And the threat is not just a generic snowstorm. You could get Aurora Borealis, where the skies light up with the northern lights, and animals get even more bloodthirsty. You could get a deep freeze, where your character undoubtedly gets hypothermia in barely a minute. Maybe a high wind that can make moving impossible. Maybe all of these at once. Sometimes you just have to sit inside. Not too often, but often enough to give you a sense of respect for the weather and the wild. This is the part where I feel the fantasy. I feel the isolation to be relieving, optimistic even. The character does not convey any emotional despair at the fact they have no one. They keep going, they think pragmatically. It gives one this positive attitude towards all of this, even implying some solace and happiness. Your character just seems grateful with all the small boons. The game does not give you a sob story, it gives you an adventure. You will always die sooner rather than later, but that's not the point. The point is to experience something you could never experience in real life. In a way that is just awe-inspiring. The world is a beautiful place. Every one of us has wondered what it would be like to be the last human on Earth. This is the one game I have felt the purest form of this. Like the first Twilight Zone episode, only this game provides no qualms about loneliness. The problems and pains of the character are only functional penalties. We do not mind suffering for freedom. You must without question play the long dark. It might be slow, and it might feel too open-ended, but nonetheless the sandbox experience is like no other, and it has a story mode as well. And no, I will not play it. It doesn't fulfill what my soul needs. A taste of the void. Minecraft is not a game most would connect as lonely. I believe it is one of the best examples though. Newer updates have not been kind to the artistic experience that the game brought in the early days, I believe. I never liked the addition of villages, of dragons and experience points, of hell creatures and end credits. To me, Minecraft was complete already in the alpha. A soundtrack that has a touch of magic, paintings by a great artist that perfectly fit the idea of the game, code and design that I believe has something that can never again be replicated. The vision of Markus Persson, like him or most likely hate him, he did it. He created a masterpiece, just like J.K. Rowling did with Harry Potter. They are both hateful people, but I believe their creation is in the collective consciousness for a reason. You are put in a blocky world. You are given no instructions, no mission. Just survive out there. Build something. Find cool stuff. The game just writes itself. It creates stories for you. You build what seems important. Maybe some creative players build pretty things. Maybe fun things. I wasn't really a player like that. I like to be boring. I built great big houses with great big mind. I built practical things. I liked to get diamonds in the chestfuls. Then it felt important to get ready and avoid dying and make things easier, but in the end, the point always was the atmosphere. It is what you make of it. Now I know what you're thinking. It is a multiplayer game too, and it is supposed to be social. I agree. It became that for me too, but as time went on, friends stopped playing. And we all had better things to do. It was just one of those things. A long time ago. The game world now is vast and empty. No signs of life. And in these alpha versions, in the purest form of the game, I feel most lonely of all. In my own nostalgia and memories, in these fields and caves where there used to exist so much creativity and curiosity. But my own knowledge of the mysterious world has poisoned that well. Now I understand. And what I understand has made me forget that which made the game what it is. I don't know what it is. To me, I can roam in these worlds and play, but I will never again get that feeling. And if you are my age, you probably know what I'm talking about. Minecraft is like seeing your old school or visiting your hometown. To me, the feeling is not pleasant. It is melancholic without a point to it. Just seeing time pass is a bit scary, but it is something we can't escape. We have probably all moved on. It is like a simulation of the feelings you get in life when you move to a new place or you stop seeing a friend. People move on and we are better for it. I don't want to be a Peter Pan, but maybe sometimes, for a few hours, I might be. These games bring us something that does not exist. Not exactly. Emotions that are unique and important to their own right. Something that steers us towards a thought. With the right writers, artists and designers, a game can do anything. And to think that some people discuss whether or not games are art at all. If it makes you feel, then surely. Games put us deeper in art than any other medium ever could. Thank you for watching. I make a new video every week, so if you enjoyed this one, give it a like and subscribe for more. Thank you.